Thank you, Travis. Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. We bring you a story from Jamaica. Jamaica's ruling party was re-elected in a landslide win on Thursday, marked by low turnout, prompting Prime Minister Andrew Holness to vow to work on restoring voters' trust in politics and continue fighting the country's coronavirus outbreak. The center-right Jamaica Labour Party (JLP), which won praise for its stewardship of the economy, won 49 of 63 seats, an addition of 16 seats, according to an early count released around 9 p.m. local time by the Electoral Office. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) leader Peter Phillips appeared to have retained his seat, but earlier declared that he would take a step down and retire from politics if his party lost the election. Analysts said the Prime Minister likely called the election 6 months before it was constitutionally mandated to get ahead of a recession due to COVID-19. Under a slogan of, I quote, "Build Back Stronger," end of quote, the JLP manifesto outlined a 10-point plan, including a $98 million package of loans, grants, and support for agriculture and small businesses, as well as social reforms such as unemployment insurance. And now we turn to a rather interesting story from Trinidad and Tobago. Less than 2 weeks after the Financial Intelligence Unit (FIU) warned the public about getting involved in pyramid schemes, a blessing circle with over 1,200 members has crashed, leaving the majority of its members without their hard-earned money. In the pyramid scheme group called Blessings Overflow, members were asked to pay $700 to join with the promise that they would receive over $18,000 in blessings. Now, group members are hunting for a man known only as Kazim, who was said to be the group administrator. Their hunt began several days ago when Kazim sent the following message via telegraph to 1,272 members. I quote, "Due to unforeseen circumstances, it is with deep regret Blessings Overflow has suffered a loss in the investment of monies, which has caused us to come to a complete halt. With the decreasing volume of people investing within this susu and many other factors and indicators, we found it to be the reason as to why we can't generate enough profit to continue the flowers. We would like to thank all who would have participated and entrusted in us, but we would also like to remind you about the rules, non-refundable," end of quote. Immediately after he sent the message, Kazim changed the group settings, barring its participants from responding to his message. Many said they were never told their investment was non-refundable. The Financial Intelligence Unit explained that early contributors to the scheme are paid from the money contributed by newer members. Existing members are encouraged to recruit a new person so that they can move to a different level or circle, which promises higher returns on their contribution. The overall intention is to get to the highest level or to the top of the pyramid, which will produce the highest payouts, while the new members, those at the bottom of the pyramid, receive the lowest returns on their contributions. When fewer or no new members join the scheme, it collapses and disappears along with the payment platform and the money that was invested. And finally, in tonight's regional news, Hurricane Nana made landfall in Belize, pelting a relatively sparsely populated stretch of the country's coast with heavy rain and wind before weakening to a tropical storm while pushing across to Guatemala on Thursday. The U.S. National Hurricane Center reported that Nana hit land between the coastal towns of Dangriga and Placencia shortly after midnight at an area around 80 kilometers south of Belize City, with maximum sustained winds of 120 kilometers per hour, making it barely a hurricane. The storm was moving west-southwest at 24 kilometers per hour. Later in the morning, Nana was downgraded to a tropical storm with maximum sustained winds near 95 kilometers per hour. It was centered about 240 kilometers north-northeast of Guatemala City and near the border with Mexico. Belize authorities did not immediately report injuries when Nana made landfall shortly after midnight on Thursday. More than 4,000 people, primarily in the south of the country, moved to government shelters. That was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining. Back to you, Travis.